You know, I think I'm going to let Victor do the open today.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. To the following players: Joel Embiid, James Harden, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Zion. Y'all some straight up bitches. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh, yeah! That intro will get me every time. Good morning. Welcome to the Tripped Out Taco Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have you all with us. We are presented by BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins, and by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. And if you want to help out the show, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe and share this with your friends. And if you want to help old Snowman and his family out, the Cash App is at the top right of your screen. For those of you watching, for those of you listening, give a donation to $Tallman Dr. K50 so this disabled broadcaster can help his family. Shane, the big dog Lake, is here with me. Victor Locke joins us from Chicago. How are you, gentlemen?
Doing well. Doing
I
very
swear
well.
Cole is an evil genius.
Yes,
He is.
It's so hard not to laugh leading into the show.
Every
When you
time.
got that damn seal going.
Yeah.
Every time.
I'm telling you.
Well, the Lakers took an L last night.
Are we surprised?
Yay.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. And I have a present for y'all.
Okay.
Courtesy of Altitude 92.5 FM in Denver, and courtesy of the longtime Nuggets play-by-play voice, Jason Kosmicki. Here's how the ending went.
Three-pointer LeBron. Missed it. Rebound Porter. There's the stop. Over to Jamal Murray. They have to foul. They have to foul. He's at the midcourt circle. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why are they not fouling? Jumper Murray. Got it to hard. Denver mounts the comeback. They come back from 20 points down. They win game number 2. 101 to 99 is the final. And the Lakers can take that L on the way out.
I love that.
The Lakers can take that L on the way out.
Jason
Ouch.
Kosmicki on the call
First and
for
foremost,
Altitude Sports Radio 92.5 FM. The video is courtesy of Altitude Sports Television. So there's the video and the audio courtesy. Go ahead, Victor.
first and foremost, that just warmed my heart. That just
Mine
warmed the
too.
cockles of my heart. But
Mhm.
secondly, how stupid. They cross the timeline.
Mhm.
You get a foul. You foul them. They get
You
2
stop the clock.
shots. You stop the clock. It at least gives you a chance to make a baseball pass across the court and either get someone on the down low to get a shot up, and you might end up tying that game, or you might end up winning that game.
Here, you know what the crazy part is? And nobody else will mention this but me.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers had a foul to give.
Also, they had a foul to give,
And they didn't use it.
so it wouldn't have even been a shooting foul. Because if they don't shoot the ball,
The
They don't
worst
have free
case,
throws.
the worst case scenario for the Lakers would have been overtime.
yes.
They had a foul.
So they're really
give.
stupid. So they're really stupid.
They had a foul to. No, I take that back. They did not have a foul to give.
Oh, okay.
They did not have a foul to give. But I think what Jason Kosmicki, like I said, the fabulous play-by-play voice of the Denver Nuggets, you take the foul, you stop the clock. If they
Right.
hit 2 free throws, if Jamal Murray hits 2 free throws, he hits 2 free throws, but you give yourself a chance to tie or win the game.
Yeah, because didn't he bring the ball up past the timeline with 5-6 seconds left?
On a timeout, you can bring the ball into your front court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Jamal Murray had the ball across the timeline with about 5-6 seconds
About 5
left?
seconds. About 5 seconds.
Mhm.
Why not foul him then and there? Have someone guarding the timeline.
Exactly.
And then after that, you take your timeout, you move the ball into your front court. You still have about 3.5 to 4 seconds.
Find the best option and shoot the ball.
You'll have
And
enough
I
time
wanted-
to get it in, get a couple dribbles.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, you end up losing it because of the free throws. Best case scenario, you hit a dagger from deep.
And the other best case scenario, you play for overtime.
Exactly.
Because the Lakers have been getting to the basket all fourth quarter.
But wait a minute. I thought LeBron was an assassin. He should have made that 3, right?
Wrong.
I thought he was.
I want you to take a look at this again. We're going to play it again. Again, the courtesy comes from Altitude Sports, television and radio. Jason Kosmicki was the voice. I want you to look and key in on LeBron's posture. And matter of fact, 2 things. 1, look at how he cleared out and got room, and they didn't call that foul.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I can understand why, because you want the players to decide it, because it's the playoffs.
Before we do that,
still should have been an offensive foul. That's 1.
it should.
2, I want you to take a look at LeBron's posture when he let that 3-pointer go.
Before we do that, this Big Fat L is brought to you by Darvin Ham Sandwiches. We need to ride your star player to a Big Fat L. Enjoy Darvin Ham Sandwiches. Courtesy of Sick Dicky.
And courtesy of Ryan McCoffey, now available in Rocky Mountain Smoked in our new special, age 23 variety. Wow.
It's going to be a hot one today.
It comes Michael Conceição, one of my dearest friends, is in the chat with us. The comment is in the building. Comes down to basketball 101. AD took 1 shot in the fourth quarter. One. I'll get to that in a minute. Here's the ending again from last night in Denver, Colorado at Ball Arena. Jason Kosmicki, take it away.
3-pointer LeBron. Missed it. Rebound Porter. There's the stop. Over to Jamal Murray. They have to foul.
Yep.
They have to foul. He's at the midcourt circle. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why are they not fouling? Jumper Murray. Got it to Hard. Denver mounts the comeback. They come back from 20 points down. They win game number 2. 101 to 99 is the final. And the Lakers can take that L on the way out.
Thank you.
Okay,
Jason
so
Cosmic.
he crosses the timeline with about 7.5 on the clock.
And Shane, I know where you're going. I know where you're going because you and I think alike. Victor and I think alike too.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very important question about that last Nugget possession. And Conman, you said this so perfectly. Basketball 101.
Mm-hmm.
3 words popped in my head that the Lakers did not do. Stop the ball. Why didn't you stop the ball?
I have a better question.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the sense of urgency?
There wasn't one.
Because I saw the posture.
Did you see
Yep.
LeBron's
Yep.
posture?
I sure
As
did.
soon as he let that
Did you
go,
see-
he was defeated.
Mhm.
Yep.
Did you see? And not only that, he was so sure it was going to go in.
He walked.
Take a look at that.
across.
Take a look at that. He
He-
didn't. There was no sense of urgency, as Victor said. There was no hurry in the
He
Lakers.
walked across timeline.
He
He
did.
walked across. He didn't run across timeline. Usually, if you know you miss it, you run across timeline to get back in position so that you can stop the ball from coming across uncontested.
And there's something else you do. And Victor, you said this so many times to me. We
Mhm.
said this to each other. Crash the boards.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, I'll say it in 3 simpler words. And Shane has said this to me in a life lesson. Follow your shot.
There you go.
Follow your shot.
Follow your shot. Because if it doesn't go in, you have a chance to crash the board and possibly get a putback.
The Lakers should have stolen both of these games in Denver.
And they didn't.
And they let Denver get away. Now this series is over next weekend. The series is
Easily.
over. The Lakers are defeated. They look defeated and everything.
Mhm.
All right? They look defeated.
And
They
how are
look
we going to
down.
have now here's the thing, how are you going to put Anthony Davis on a shooter like Murray?
Well,
I have no idea.
LeBron messed up. LeBron messed up. Two reasons LeBron messed up. Thank you, Conman. Time, score, and game management. They didn't stop the ball. They didn't get an immediate foul to save some time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Again, Murray brought the ball up. He had 7.5 on the clock when he
Mhm.
crossed the timeline. Foul
Yep.
him right there. That gives you 7 seconds.
That gives you 7. Exactly. Thank you. Say it again, Shane.
You foul someone at the timeline, you'll have 7 seconds.
7
Mhm.
seconds.
That's
You
more
have
than
a
enough time to
full-
get a
you'll
shot
have
off.
A full
Yes.
7 seconds. You'll have a full 7 seconds because there were 7.5 when Murray got across the timeline. You commit the foul right there, and let's say Murray bangs home both free throws.
Right.
You get a full 7 seconds.
To set up.
First of all, you get a timeout.
Get a timeout.
First of all, you get a timeout. The Lakers had 1 timeout remaining.
Right.
You had a timeout in your back pocket
It's like having a set of tires and not using them late in the race.
and not using.
And
Thank
just
you.
riding on iron. Just riding on the metal.
Mm-hmm.
This
You get
was
a
the
full-
worst.
7 seconds.
I
And
have to say this. Would
Go ahead.
Kobe have let this happen?
No.
would Michael have let this happen? Would Julius Erving have let this happen? Would Larry Bird have let this happen? Would James Worthy have let this happen? And since we're talking about Denver Nuggets, would Alex English have let this happen?
Snowman, I'm telling you right
No.
now, we are not qualified to answer that question. But the bishop is.
Well, since Victor said it, We got a
Bull-
question for the great Bishop Bullwinkle. Would any of the greats would have allowed what happened last night to happen?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
This was I know
This was piss poor basketball IQ at its finest.
I know
love
I'm gonna
that.
hurt. I know I'm gonna hurt myself saying this, but doggone,
Okay.
this was Cowboys versus Packers. That's
Mhm.
how bad this was.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
Cowboys versus Packers. This is Week 5, Cowboys versus Niners. The
And the Cowboys were not prepared.
The abject being defeated.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of urgency. The lack of sense
Yep.
of urgency. The lack of work ethic.
The lack of nerve. Malik
The
Jones
lack of
in
nerve.
Malik Jones is in the chat with us. Malik, where are you watching from so we can shout you out properly?
I'm gonna say it's more than the lack of nerve, it's the lack of something else down south.
Yep.
Well, that
And
too.
I'll say it for you. The lack of balls.
Yeah.
The lack of balls. Because they
Yeah.
didn't have any.
Now, the thing is, you're going into a hostile environment for the first two
Mhm.
games of the playoffs.
Mhm.
You got to take at least one to settle the
Yes.
crowd down.
Thank you.
This
Thank
was your
you.
chance to take that one, and you didn't do it.
Thank you.
And I'll
They had
say,
two
and I'll say it again.
chances.
They were up 20 in the
And
game
blew
last night. 20, and they blew it.
They had
And they
two
blew it.
chances
Mm-hmm.
to take away, because the biggest advantage that the top seeds have is that the majority of games will be in their home court. They have
Game
2
1
at
and
home, then they go
and then-
to hostile territory and for 3 and 4. And I think
and then they flip it.
And then they
Right,
go
they
1
flip
1,
it.
and then they go 1 1 and
1-1.
1 the
Right.
rest of the way.
exactly.
The Lakers
So they're
should
looking
be
at
up.
1, 2,
Let me say
5,
this.
and 7.
Yep. Let me say
Mhm.
this. The Lakers should be up 2-0 right now.
They
But
should
because
be
of piss poor time
game
management,
and
game
gameplay.
management, and piss poor fourth quarter play,
Mm-hmm.
they're down 2-0, and they're going to get blown to smithereens in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Now, I have something to do, and y'all are going to love this.
Uh-oh.
And I want everybody to stay up here with me.
Okay.
Anthony Davis,
You a bitch.
you are a bitch.
Straight up.
And I have something to add to that. All right, Anthony Davis. I am going to say this as plainly as I can.
Mm-hmm.
You are not and will never be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Ever. You are not and will never be the leader of a team again. You gave that up when you forced your way out of New Orleans and playing with LeBron. I said this when the rumblings first started 3 years ago. 4 years ago, I beg your pardon. And I will say it again. Anthony, you should have gone home. And home was Chicago.
Yep.
There was your land. Matter of fact, you had 2 good landing spots where you could have extended your career minus injury. Chicago's one, the other was Golden State. But no, you got to play with LeBron, which shows how much of a bitch you are to be a follower and not a leader. Part 1. Part 2, quit your bitching about not being Defensive Player of the Year. When have you ever been in your 11 seasons in the NBA? When have you ever been a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year? I'll answer that for you. Never. Nev and Oh, Malik, let me tell you something. It is on LeBron because he took the ball out of Anthony Davis's hands. More to the point, he took the ball out of D'Angelo Russell's hands.
Russell had a much hotter hand that game.
So this is on LeBron too. I'll do that later. But Anthony Davis, you should have demanded the ball. One shot in 12 minutes. One shot in 12 minutes. I'm going to keep hammering this point home. One shot in 12 mintes.
12.
And you didn't even play the full 12 minutes, you coward.
You got hurt again, didn't you?
Y'all had a 20-point lead, and Darvin Ham stupidly took his foot off the gas pedal.
Again.
And the way he took his foot off the gas pedal is he put the ball in LeBron's hands and not yours. You should have been demanding the ball. If you're such a defensive dynamo, and if you're such a dynamo for your team, you should have demanded the ball. Period. But you didn't. Because you are a coward, you are a bitch, and you are a horrible basketball player. Just like, and my throat's going to hurt, Yo Kang, supposed King. How about that? How about the fact, Anthony Davis, that after this year, I would be begging Jeannie Buss to be let out of my contract. One had to go. One has to go. My thinking is you both hit the road. You and LaFraud. Because Anthony Davis, you're turning out to be just a bigger fraud, if not bigger, than LeBron James. LeBron James cannot play basketball. That is your team. It should have been in your hands, and you didn't call for it. So you know what, Anthony Davis? Not only is this LeBron's fault, it is your mess and your fault that the Lakers are down 2-0, and it's going to be LeBron's mess and your mess and LeBron's fault and your fault that your asses are going to get swept this weekend. Period.
It's going to be 2023 all over again.
Yep.
It's going to be just about every series, except for 2018 when they beat the hell out of the Portland Trailblazers when he was in New Orleans. It's going to be every series of Anthony Davis's career all over again. 11 seasons, 1 advance. And that was 2018. Anthony Davis, you suck. And LeBron James, you suck worse because you took the ball out of your captain's hands. Yeah, I said it. You took the ball out of your captain's hands, and your captain didn't call for the ball when he needed it. He was getting beat up by Nikola Jokic. He got outplayed by Jamal Murray. He got out-hustled by Michael Porter Jr. Is that a leader of a team? I think not. This is your mess, Anthony Davis, and this is your fault. And don't worry. I'm going to piss off a lot of bronsexuals a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
I have an unscheduled bronsexual confession, and brother, it concerns both games in Denver and what's going to happen this weekend. But for now, Anthony Davis, you a bitch. And until you shed your wanton cowardice in not wanting the ball in the fourth quarter, in the money period.
That should have been when you actually clamor for the ball.
That is all you will ever be. A straight up coward. That's Snowman's take. What's yours? Oh, that was fun.
And I was about to say, real ballers act for it in the time when we need it most.
Michael Jordan, anyone?
Kobe, anyone?
Julius Erving, anyone?
The best players are defined by how they react under pressure. Anthony Davis just proved one thing. His bones ain't the only thing that's glass.
Mm-hmm. Because every nerve he has in his body is made out of glass. Let's take a break. When you all get back, Joel Embiid, you're next.
Woohoo!
Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Gorgeous high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to BruxNightGuard.com and order yours today.
Hey everyone, I'm joined by my old friend, Mr. Ellis Williams, AKA Mr. Biggs. You called me and you told me, you said, man, I got CarShield and it worked. What made you get it?
I have this old SUV and I know the manufacturer warranty is about to run out. I didn't want to get stuck with expensive car repairs.
Right.
So I gave CarShield a call. Coverage was very affordable and there was no long-term contract. A few months after that, transmission went on my car. I took it to my mechanic, they called CarShield and saved my family on $2,400.
CarShield is America's #1 auto protection company. Their administrators have paid out over $1 billion in claims and cover most vehicles from 5,000 to 150,000 miles. You'll receive 24/7 roadside assistance, courtesy towing, rental reimbursement at no additional charge.
Give CarShield a call today before it's too late. Remember,
CarShield cars go farther.
Protect yourself now against expensive auto repair bills. Call 800-513-9263.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
Yeah, we were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We've played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business. Also, just make some awesome friends.
Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, W-I-Z-E.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. So, Snowman's been asked, who's the face of the NBA? The face of the NBA has been residing in the Bay since he got here. And his name is Wardell Stephen Curry, the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. Take that.
Oh, yeah!
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning.
All right. Ryan McCoffey is on the way. And let's stick with that Lakers game. Or I should say that Nuggets victory.
Right.
Anthony Davis is overrated. And Malik, I said it right. 4 rings and he can't play basketball. I mean every word that I said.
Well, also I'll say this.
Go ahead.
We don't act like Jordan or Kobe have missed a game winner. We know they have. No one's perfect.
No.
Here's the difference between what LeBron did and what those guys never did. Those guys, when they missed a game winner, they either crashed the boards or they got back on defense. LeBron did neither.
Which makes him a punk.
That's the difference.
The damn thing is, he was so sure it was going to drop.
Right.
After he elbowed the piss out of, I think it was KCP, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, to clear out some room.
Yeah, he cleared out about 20 feet and still missed. He didn't bother, running back, waiting at the timeline to try to play defense. He just basically sauntered back and just let everything happen.
Yep. And the comment
he had a chance to stop Murray. He had that chance.
And the comment
he didn't chase him down to the other side. He let Anthony Davis try to play defense, and look what happened.
And the comment was right. When you talk about people who were under pressure and performed their best, Bill Russell. 11 chips.
Hey, no argument here. No argument here. And those greats never hesitated to take the next one. Absolutely right.
Yep.
You know how many Kobe and MJ missed, but yet they were not cowardly enough to take the next one.
They weren't phased.
The most important shot is the next one, because let's go back to 1998, June 14th. MJ missed a jumper at the foul line. While the Jazz were up 3, 86-83.
Yep.
They missed a shot. Bulls get the rebound and come down. Actually, after that timeout, I beg your pardon. John Stockton hit a 3 to put the Jazz up 3. Bulls get a timeout. Everybody in the world knew who was going to touch the ball.
Yep.
The stupid thing that the Jazz didn't do, they didn't foul him.
Nope.
They didn't foul him. And Michael went right to the bucket. And as Doug Collins said, got them to within 2. Or within 1, I beg your pardon. Within 4 seconds.
And then we knew how the final 15 seconds went.
And we knew what happened after that. And we knew what happened after that. If y'all are entertained, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, whether it's Sam Shady's channel or Snowman Multimedia's channel, and also hit the Cash App and the Super Chat to support the show and support old Snowman as we get everything together. All right, 34 after the hour, and I don't know about y'all, but here we go. I'm ready for some coffee. Ryan McCoffey is with us. How are you, my friend?
And there he is, the international Irish Italiano Espresso McCoffey, super villain extraordinaire.
What's brewing today, Ryan?
Crystal Light.
That works.
I drank my coffee. I drank my coffee earlier, so I'm on.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, staying hydrated. That's all you gotta do.
Same here. I had my coffee earlier as well. I'm probably gonna go get another round here in a moment. All right, what you got for us, man?
All right, guys. 4 more sleeps until the Arena Football League comes back.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Bring back the AFL, please.
And yeah, it's being brought back. It's being brought back in Albany Firebirds. I'll be there for kickoff this Saturday. It's a weird weekend for me because I feel like I'm going to be sleeping at the MVP Arena because Saturday night Albany Firebirds kick off at 8 p.m. It's an 8 p.m. game because the NFL Network is picking it up.
Yeah,
they're playing it right after the draft ends.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sunday afternoon at 3, the Albany Firewolves are hosting a playoff game for the first time ever in the National Lacrosse League. So it's a single elimination quarterfinal round. They got to win this game to move on to the best of 3 in the semifinals. So I'll be pretty much there. I'll be bringing a sleeping bag and an air mattress. I'll be sleeping overnight, or I'll be treating myself to a nice hotel room. So we'll see.
I'll be honest. I think it's apropos that the new AFL team for Albany is the Firebirds.
It had to be. It had to be.
After what happened with Antonio Clown,
we have memory hold Antonio Brown and the Albany Empire, the 2023 season. We've memory hold it. We've forgotten it. It's over.
Well, I'm saying, it's like
good.
We talk
Black
about
Firebird.
Yes, like I said, we talk about the Firebird, the Phoenix. They rise from the ashes. We know that. And boy, you guys need it after the Clown destroyed the Empire.
Yeah, it's a much different vibe for sure. Because now it's local. It's all local ownership. There's no Antonio Browns allowed. We put up the sign. It says no Antonio Browns allowed.
No clowns allowed.
No clowns allowed.
No clowns allowed.
No,
I can see that sign from here. It's that bright.
Oh man.
I'm glad.
I have a question. Right. I have a question for the supervillain.
Uh-oh.
With the draft coming down, what do you think is number one for the Jets to grab?
Somehow I knew this question would pop up.
I knew one of you was going to ask that question, and I wish I had an answer for you because they have options. Honestly, they have options because
okay, that's fair.
There's rumors that the Jets are high on Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, pretty much everybody is.
Really?
Yeah, everybody wants Marvin Harrison Jr.
And from what I understand, the Arizona Cardinals at 4 have said we'll be shopping. We'll be shopping that pick if we need to.
Okay.
So if Joe Douglas is crazy enough to do it,
the hell are they doing that for? They need everything.
Because they were shopping at pick last year. Remember what happened with with Texans?
True.
They got they traded up to get Will Anderson and sent their first 2 picks, their pick from this last year and their pick for this year over to Arizona. So I think Arizona is shopping. I think Arizona is stockpiling picks for the future.
So they're shopping again.
I think they're shopping again. But they also have the option to trade down. If they don't like if the guys who they think they can get at 10, whether it be Roma Dunze or Troy, I can't remember his last name, but I know it's Polynesian, the left tackle from Washington, or if Joe Alt isn't there at 10, or if they somehow leapfrog Tennessee, who's probably going to get him, if they can't leapfrog him to get him, I see them trading down because they need a second round pick. They dealt that second round pick to Green Bay for the Aaron Rodgers trade. So I can see them doing that. But if a Dunze or the left tackle from Washington or Joe Alt is there, I see them taking them at 10. They're staying put.
Okay.
Your thoughts, And you had to figure this was coming. Your thoughts on Zach Wilson getting out of here?
That tells the tale.
That's all we needed to know.
If I could wax a little bit more poetic on this. This just tells the tale of the franchise with quarterbacks they draft. They're snake bitten, with the exception of probably 4 that I could think of off the top of my head who have been successful with the franchise. Joe Namath, obviously. Ken O'Brien turned out to be pretty good. Chad Pennington turned out to be pretty good. And for at least the first 2 years, Mark Sanchez and Shane, don't say it. I know what you're thinking. Don't say it.
Who am I thinking?
No, what are you thinking? Not
Try
who,
me.
What? I know what you're thinking.
Okay.
It rhymes with Thanksgiving 2012. That's what it rhymes with.
Oh, Lord.
But
that was the back of my head. The front of my head was thinking, well, what about Vinny Testaverde?
Vinny Testaverde
He was
was a
drafted by
free agent
Tampa Bay.
He was drafted by Tampa
Okay.
Bay. He wasn't a free agent with the Jets. And but it's a former first-round pick for another team. This just tells you the story of how snake-bitten this franchise has been with drafting quarterbacks throughout their history. With the exception of probably 4 quarterbacks, none of them have panned out. None of them have panned out to be the guy who brings them to the next level. And I fault partially Joe Douglas for this because he believed in Zach Wilson so much, so hard, that he
spent the pick on him.
But he fell in love with his pro day. And if you take a look at that 2021 class, with the exception of Trevor Lawrence, everybody else is on other teams now. Everyone else is on other teams. Mac Jones got traded to Jacksonville, which was fun.
Oddly enough.
Mac and cheese.
Oddly enough, Justin Fields wound up going to Pittsburgh. Went to Pittsburgh for a Permente sandwich and what's their beer? I can't remember their beer. Iron City beer.
He's gonna get kicked around there.
And Zach Wilson's headed to Denver for a pack of Coors Light. So
wow.
So
he goes to. Oh no! So he goes to Denver.
Happened yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Happened yesterday.
Yep.
He's gonna get roughed up in Denver.
Zach will, and I'm willing to bet y'all he's the immediate starter. I'm willing to bet y'all he's the immediate starter.
You know what the quarterback room is now? Denver's quarterback room is now Zach Wilson, Jarrett Stidham, and Ben DiNucci.
Oh Lord, 3 rejected quarterbacks.
None of them rhyme with John Elway.
So now the question is, what do the Jets do now? Is it all the way with Aaron Rodgers, or do you try to pick someone up in the draft?
Right now, it's all the way. Their quarterback room right now is Aaron Rodgers and Tyrod Taylor. They picked him up in free agency. He basically moves 45 minutes west to Florham Park from East Rutherford. So I think they're going to draft a quarterback, but they're not going to pick him probably going to pick a quarterback until day 2 or day 3.
So who's the pick? Who should the pick be as far as quarterbacks go?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how deep. I mean, one could say Sam Hartman. One could say that kid from Florida State. I forgot his name. I know he got hurt. He tore his ACL. One could say the kid from Tennessee, Joe
Milton.
Yeah, one of those 3 guys. Because I can't see Joe Douglas swinging and missing again on group of 5 guys. He has to pick a power 5 guy. Has to. Because he picked Zach Wilson, who at the time BYU was an independent.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember his name from Florida International in 2020. They liked him for his athleticism, but didn't pan out. I think he's playing in the UFL now. I'll look up his name, but they need to pick a Power 5 guy. If they want a quarterback, they got to pick a Power 5 guy. And if any of those guys, Milton, Hartman, or the kid from Florida State is available on day 2 or day 3, take them. Take them. Make him a developmental quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 veterans who can sit behind for at least 2 seasons before he takes over the reins. And also who knows how long this is basically Saleh and Douglas's last stand. Woody Johnson has said I think so. I mean, Woody Johnson has not given them a playoff mandate so far in their tenure. And this year he's gone on, and this year he said, yeah, it's playoffs or everybody's at the door.
Everybody's gone.
Everybody gone.
Yeah, playoff or they clean house again for like what? The 3rd time in 6 years?
The 3rd time in less than a decade. Or a decade, yeah.
For the 3rd time less than a decade, playoffs are bust.
Mm-hmm.
And if it turns out that way, and I'm hoping it's not, I want to see the Jets get back in the playoffs. I do.
Me too.
But
I think the AFC East is wide open, honestly.
I do too.
Except for my neck of the woods, we're screwed.
You said it, not me.
I'm being real here, damn it. I'm being real, damn it.
We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. We got an idiot owner.
We talked about it yesterday that the Patriots already have the guy at quarterback that they need. And his name is Nathan Rourke.
Yeah, but you really think Kraft is going to start Rourke?
Nope.
No. Jared Mayo under direction of Robert Kraft is not going to start Nathan Rourke.
Under the hand of Robert Kraft.
Mac and cheese.
Jared Mayo is not going to start Nathan Rourke, although that is your solution.
The correct answer.
Right now, that is your guy. Right now, that is your guy.
Nathan Rourke is the solution for the Patriots at quarterback. The question is, and we asked this yesterday, will he see the field? My answer is no.
So my question will be, how many games before they get this right? We know they're not going to start him.
I will tell you this right now.
How many seasons until they get it right?
You took the thought out of my head. It's going to be at least 2. It's going to be at least 2 seasons.
Don't be sorry, dude. I'm real about it. Trust me.
I don't think Nathan Rourke should stay. If he doesn't at least get 1 game out of the season, he should shop somewhere else.
Well, he should have gotten a game in Jacksonville, but then we saw the quick development of Trevor Lawrence. So Nathan Rourke was out anyway because Trevor Lawrence turned out to be him for the time being.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we have the idiot known as Jacoby Brissett more than likely starting.
And it shouldn't be Brissett.
Sorry,
Brissett should be the number 3 quarterback in that room.
Ryan, don't be sorry, dude. I'm already looking at this season as a chalked up loss.
And I expressed this thought, and we talked about it yesterday when we previewed the East divisions. Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins should draft a quarterback.
They have to.
They ain't gonna.
I know they're not.
What they're gonna do? No, because Tua is Mike McDaniel's boy. He's gonna throw the bag at him in the next season. They're gonna throw the bag at him, and they're gonna regret everything because they'll have they'll have 3 guys making a ton of money, and their salary cap: Tyreek Hill, Brandon Chubb, Tua Tagovailoa.
And the problem with Tua is he's been getting his brain rocked with these concussions.
3 of them in 14 weeks.
Well,
2 years ago.
We've seen what's happened to the Dolphins. They've lost key guys on their defense. Wilkins went to Las Vegas. Wilkins went to Las Vegas. He's one of their best interior linemen.
And during this past season, 3/4 of their offensive line, or 3/5 of their offensive line, went down with injury and never came back.
Yep.
And we're talking about serious injuries here, because how many times have we said that you need an offensive line to make it?
With doggone near every team that we talk about.
We say at least once during this segment. That's what we
do. Yep.
Look, I'm a Parcells guy. You build it from the inside out.
Yep.
Both from the line out. Both on both sides of the ball.
All the great coaches built from the inside out. all the great coaches, Tom Landry, Jimmy Johnson, Bill Parcells, Bill Walsh, inside out.
Mike Ditka did the same thing.
Did the same thing.
Because Ditka had his offensive line for 10 seasons. And the day that offensive line finally broke up was the day he retired.
Yep.
I thought he was let go.
They call
Either
it
way.
retirement. Either way. They stupidly let him go.
They retired him. They told him to retire. They go, we'll retire. We'll fire him.
But they let him go. They let him. They did actually want him doing both. They let him go, and they told him to retire.
Point being, the line broke up after that point.
Yep. And they stayed, like I said, they stayed together and stayed healthy for 10 years. The Giants did it. They had their line for at least 10 years. 49ers did it for at least 10 years. The only difference with Frisco, they interchanged Bubba Paris with Steve Wallace.
Right.
Because when Steve Wallace came in, he was a special teamer out of Auburn. And then he earned a spot on the offensive line because he was 3 years younger than Bubba Paris. That's the only difference.
Hey, how about early in the Patriot dynasty? Look at our front line.
Yep.
They stayed together for the longest time early on.
7 years. 7 years they stayed together. But it's like Ryan said, you build from the offensive line out.
Yep.
Honestly, that's where you got to build it both ways on the ball.
Yeah, because that's your shield. That's your protection. You want to start off with that first before you do anything else. We've seen with the Bears.
Yep.
We don't. I always said we don't. I personally will never know what Justin Fields could do with the Bears because their offensive line was so porous.
And it's going to continue to be.
Yes.
It's going to continue to be porous.
And Caleb Williams is going to have no difference. Be no different for him.
No protection whatsoever.
Nope.
For Caleb Williams, because they're
can I say childish? Go ahead.
They're too chickens to draft an offensive line and do it correctly.
Yep,
not wrong.
And to borrow from Ryan McCarthy, who said it so many times on this program, look who's in charge.
I really haven't seen a good offensive line in the Bears since the Olin Kreutz days.
The Hawaiian heartthrob, Olin Kreutz.
My question is, when the hell did ownership in the NFL in general become so much stupider?
Jerry Jones started that.
I was going to say, look at the elderly.
It depends. It depends on the owner because some owners will basically keep their team ownership as a mantelpiece. Hello, Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
Quit throwing drinks. Quit throwing drinks and let the people do their job.
Yeah,
to a point, Woody Johnson, and to a point, Dean Spanos.
Those teams will skip you, Spanos.
Those teams will continue to struggle because their ownership keeps those teams just as a talking point at their rich people parties.
Yep,
the tea parties that I talk about with Virginia McCaskey. Because like you look at the mantles. You look at the mantle of morons.
Time. Victor.
Yes.
I love you dearly, but I'm gonna sock you in the mouth.
What I do now?
I'm not. What? Shut up.
Excuse me a second. I gotta be a little hoity-toity here.
You know what? I'll be hoity-toity with you. Thank you.
I have it. You can't see me, but I have one too. But again, you look at the mantle of morons when it comes to ownership. And right now, the three that I pull out as the worst of the worst is Gerald Jack Daniel Jones, Virginia McCaskey, and Robert Kraft Mac and Cheese. These three people.
I'll add a fourth one. David Circus under the Big Tepper.
Tepper. Did you have the clown? I heard someone talking about clowns.
Get out of my head, Ryan.
You get out of mine.
No.
Both of y'all get out of mine, damn it.
I heard someone talking about clowns. Do we have to really add Antonio into this? No. No, but I'm just saying, like,
no, thank you.
You look at the most moronic decisions made, and it always comes down to these four people. It comes down to these four people: Tepper, Kraft, McCaskey, and Jones. They make the most moronic decisions and are so godsmacked. They're so surprised when nothing works. I don't get it.
Shut up,
Oh
Brian.
my!
Shut up, Brian. Shut up, Brian. Shut up, Brian.
I don't understand.
Shut up, Brian. Shut up, Brian. It's too easy. Shut up.
It is too easy.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Exactly.
I've never seen.
We have gone off the rails.
I think we killed Shane again.
You mean Ryan?
We have gone off the
Shane
rails.
has not
people.
died yet.
And with the 32nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select bail bond cash for Rashee Rice.
I still hate you for making me do a spit take. I hate you for that.
I have to ask this question.
8 damn seasons.
Winner.
There's this hilarious.
Wait. Why don't we just do this? We got a few minutes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
What are you
I
doing?
can't believe
we'll
all
do this
those.
again.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember I can't remember all those. I gotta write them down. I gotta like put up like a.
Okay.
I gotta write them down.
Okay. I know what you said for Washington, though. I remember what you said for Washington.
Yet another rebrand.
Yes.
The rebrand. Yep.
The New England Patriots select Bill Belichick.
Yep.
I wished. Trust me, I wished.
How about the Atlanta Falcons?
The Atlanta Falcons?
With the 8th pick in the NFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons select.
Moonshine, to forget the 28-3 blowing lead in the Super Bowl.
How about the New Orleans Saints at 14?
Oh, I can't remember what I said at 14. New Orleans Saints.
You said moonshine for Atlanta.
All they gotta do is go down to Hampton, check out the track. I think there's a still underneath it still.
Yep.
Well, I know the Arizona Cardinals selected the newest edition of Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty.
Yep. I remember
You're
that
not
one.
wrong either way you looked at it. That's coming from a gamer.
And at number 10, the New York Jets select Despair.
Despair.
Do you remember what you said for the Chicago Bears? What did you say for the Chicago Bears?
The first one the first overall pick was a new stadium in Arlington Heights.
Yes. New stadium in Arlington Heights.
And at number 9, it was new ownership. I think it was new ownership.
Yeah.
Yep. Has to be.
I remember what I said for Cincinnati. It was for Cincinnati. We selected taste and food because Cincinnati chili is disgusting.
I still remember the one for the Chargers. I remember the one for the Chargers.
Oh.
A return trip to San Diego.
Yes.
Skip you, Spanos. Bail bond for Rashee Rice.
I said the New York Giants select Eli Manning. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. Mine was Wise El Jefe.
Yep.
Poor Wise. What did you say for the 49ers? What did you say for the 49ers?
Oh, I said for the 49ers a redo of the blocked extra point in the Super Bowl. That's what I said for the 49ers.
Yes.
I'm afraid to ask. What did you say for the Cowboys again? Any answer would be correct. So
a stadium in Dallas?
No. Well, I was gonna say. Well, I think did I say extra salt on Gerald Jones with McMuffin?
Maybe.
I got Snowman doing a spit take.
Any of them would be correct. Mine was Jesus. The Cowboys like Jesus. That was my selection.
Snowman's dead.
Quit! Damn it! Quit.
Speaking of which, I apologize, Ryan. I have to bring this up. I spoke to Snowman a couple of weeks ago because the ever living is still around, and she has gotten another job.
Doing what?
She's just like a special like inspector of something.
Oh, she's special, all right.
She is.
Like, is she the new president at Harvard?
No.
Northwestern.
Thank God. She's on like some
Columbia?
committee in Dalton. She's on committee in Dalton, and I just looked at him like,
see, that's the
fault. Ooh. I'm like, this is my fault. I accidentally killed Ryan in OBX.
And my spirit is still on Wellhead Beach. Yeah, my spirit is still on Wellhead Beach. It will always be there. My body's still here, but my spirit is in North Carolina.
In a way, mine too.
Right, mine is too.
Still floating over Wellhead Beach, North Carolina.
Like I said,
North Carolina.
In a way, mine too.
In a way, mine
Good
too.
Grief. And that.
God,
all right, Ryan's got to get out of here. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
We appreciate you so much.
Before you go, Ryan, just remember one thing: butt fumble.
Oof.
Shane, before we continue, you remember 17 seconds.
Huh?
I'll explain in a minute. Thanks, Ryan.
I know I'm going to pay for this.
Vic, do you remember 17 seconds? 2013.
Okay.
You idiot.
You said 17. I'm like, wait, no, I'm thinking like 15 seconds, which was 2022's debacle of the playoff game to Cowboys and 49ers.
No, I'm thinking Bolin and Bickle.
Yeah, that wasn't
I knew
fun.
I was going to pay for this.
That wasn't funny. That was not fun. I'm sorry.
It was for me.
It was for me. It was for you.
Because a whole lot of whole lot of Bruins fans was talking a lot of mess until the final minute. And then that happened.
Yep.
Olin and Bickle, 17 seconds.
Yep.
I knew that was coming.
I would say Carter Verhage, but we don't want Shane doing another spit take.
No, we do not.
I'm going to whoop Droid's ass.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Droid's like, I'm not even here. What you mean? What you mean?
Shut up, Victor.
We need a break.
Yeah, we do. Dear God.
Back
Dear
after
Lord.
this.
And since Shane's a Boston fan, all I got to mention is 2005 Jose Contreras game 1.
No.
And the one pitch that Shane could not stand to see for 8 innings. That damn fork ball.
Yep.
Yep. I knew I was going to pay for that. I knew it.
How?
It's like the train on GTA. No matter how hard you stare at it, you ain't going to stop the bitch.
Nope.
I knew it was coming.
Question is, which train?
Well, usually the one that runs around Sandy Shores.
Do I dare mention Tony Graffinino? And that
Why
moved
must
the
you hurt me?
No.
Why must you hurt me?
You started it.
Why must you hurt me?
You started it.
Graffinino.
Oh no. And the bad part is I got Chris Berman's call and I got Ed Farmer's call.
Yep. That was.
Let's take a break. We'll recalibrate and we'll light up Joel Embiid when y'all get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Talk Monday.
Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central.
Trisha's having a sleepover tonight. Can I go?
I wonder about Lucy's friends. What should I say? I know you're only 10, but one of these days a friend will offer you a drink. And alcohol at your age can lead to so many things. None of them good.
So can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me
I
something.
finished my homework.
Bigger promise. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
Sure.
Really?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive. If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
Affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping products also come in kid-friendly flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping, because when you talk, they hear you.
How many letters? 5 letters. Just think about, what am I doing right now? Smile. Smile? Uh-huh. This is so easy.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. So, Snowman's been asked, who's the face of the NBA? The face of the NBA has been residing in the Bay since he got here. And his name is Wardell Stephen Curry, the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. Take that.
Oh, yeah!
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning.
Hour 2 therein of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. It's just past the noon hour here on the Eastern time zone, just past 11 a.m. and earlier everywhere else. Have you recovered yet, Shane?
No, because my coffee had to bring up Breece Hall and David Tyree.
We've been like feeding him nothing but Fallout stim packs and Final Fantasy high potions. It hasn't worked.
At least I didn't say Breece Lightning.
Then we're gonna start going to the Super Mario Power Mushroom next.
Oh God. Oh God. Not the power mushrooms. Dear Lord.
We could go with Pac-Man Power Pellets.
I'll take those.
I would too.
Right.
I'll take those. All right. Speaking of power, and speaking of it being hot, Joel Embiid, sit your ass down. I'd like to begin with the following statement. Joel Embiid, you a bitch.
Yes, he is.
We already knew that.
Joel Embiid, you are a royal bitch. Allow me to explain. Why did you take the inbounds pass on that final possession last night? Allowing the Knicks to surround who was taking the ball in bounds, which was Maxey. Maxey loses the ball, and Dante DiVincenzo gets not one, but 2 shots at a game winner, and he nailed it. Embiid, when your team needed you in the backcourt to bring the ball in, you get it into Embiid, you foul him, set him to the line. Right?
Yeah.
Make those 2 shots, it's a 4-point lead, and you're basically asking the Knicks to get a miracle. Instead, Joel Embiid, you didn't take the ball inbounds. You handed the game to the New York Knicks. And just like the Fakers, this weekend, your series is finished. Done. Finito.
Toasted. Toasted like a Quizno sandwich.
Like a good night with me and Jody celebrating. Toasted.
I was going to toast it like a Quizno sandwich.
Like a toasted.
I am so glad I got lunch waiting for me at the next break.
Yeah, same here. Meanwhile, I got to refill my coffee. Let me continue. Joel Embiid, if I were you, I'd run.
Yep.
I'd run like hell.
Yep.
I would find another place to land, and I would make myself coachable.
Problem is, who would take him?
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't.
Doc Rivers.
Shut
up. You really think Embiid would get along with Giannis and Dame?
May I answer that question, please?
Please. I already know the answer, but please.
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
What, Joel Embiid and Giannis on the same team?
You fool!
Oh, and yeah, they did. Joel Embiid did try with Doc Rivers the last time. That didn't work. Never mind.
Yeah, and Doc Rivers figuratively gave him a
tiger uppercut.
So would it work between those two?
Nope.
No. Now then, to continue. Joel Embiid, Shane, look this up, and Ryan, back me up. Finished with 33 points.
34.
And 34. Thank you.
34.
And
his stat line was 39 minutes. He was 12 of 29 from the field, 2 of 9 from 3. 34 with 6 assists, 10 rebounds. That was his stat line.
Thank you. Why did you have only 10 rebounds, Joel? Your team needed you. You had 10 rebounds midway through the third quarter. And you mean to tell me you couldn't get another carom after that? What? You mean to tell me that you couldn't get another rebound after you had 10 midway through the third period? And in game one, it was the third period that put the Sixers up 3 at the end of 3 with a 32-point third quarter. And then they allowed the Knicks to get back in the game at halftime, and they allowed them to surge ahead in the third quarter. Fools. Give me this. Joel Embiid, you fool. Where were you? Where were you, Joel? You coward.
Nowhere to be found.
33 points.
Hanging out with Ben Simmons.
And you couldn't do anything else to help your team in the fourth quarter? The Philadelphia 76ers, as we know it, are done. Finito. Finished. Matter of fact, let me say this again for a very special friend of mine who seems to think otherwise. And I love you, Jason, but I'm gonna pick on you. Let me say it again. I love you, Jason Joseph, but I'm going to pick on you mercilessly. The Philadelphia 76ers, as we know it, are done. And not just with this season either. Going forward, they will never be another playoff team again unless they grow some balls. Let me be more specific. Unless Joel Embiid grows some balls, quits shooting threes, and demands the ball where he's supposed to get it. In the post.
Low post in the paint.
Man, Joel, you're supposed to be backing people down the same way Nikola Jokic backed Anthony Davis down all night.
And in the same breath, Zion should be doing the exact same thing.
Well, I'll get to Zion later.
That's a whole
Joel
other
Embiid
topic.
does not have a defensive mindset. And he was voted Defensive Player of the Year last year only because he bitched and whined and moaned about it. If you like what you're hearing, please support us with a Cash App, please. Only because he bitched and whined and moaned about being Defensive Player of the Year, which should have been Nikola Jokic. Matter of fact, Nikola Jokic should be sitting on 4 consecutive Defensive Player of the Years instead of 3 out of 4 because he's going to get 3 out of 4 this year.
Easily.
And Sick came in through the clutch. He's absolutely right. Joel Embiid can't play defense, simply put. He doesn't have the defensive awareness or physicality to play defense. And where does that reside, Snowman? In your head.
Between the ears.
Between the ears.
What have I said, gentlemen, about Joel Embiid for years?
He doesn't have the mental IQ to play ball.
And he never will get it until he gets the right coach.
Yep.
What did he play? 1 year at Kansas? Somebody back me up on that. I think he only played 1 season at Kansas. 1.
Yeah, I think it was only 1. Hold on.
And unfortunately, Jokic isn't a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. He should be, but he's not, which is unfortunate to me. Joel Embiid, simply put, you a bitch. Where were you in the fourth quarter last night? Let me go one step further. Where were you when your team needed you throughout the course of the game?
Side note, it was 1 year Kansas.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So Joel Embiid is going through the one and done syndrome like Anthony Davis did, which should tell you about their defensive mentality. Oh, yeah. There ain't none.
Think there's a pattern here?
Big pattern. 1 year at Kansas for Joel Embiid, 1 year at Kentucky for Anthony Davis, and they both turned out like pieces of glass.
And they're all whiny.
Whining for an award that they did not, have not, and will not ever earn. Ever.
Earn, that's a 4-letter word.
Yep, I said it. And I mean every word of it. They did not earn it. At all. Period, point blank, end of story.
Earning an award in a participatory trophy era? In the NBA Cup era? Are you mad?
Nope. I'm just old. And I'm old school. Far as I'm concerned, you're supposed to earn your awards. Far as I'm concerned, you're supposed to earn everything you get. Far as I'm concerned, you're supposed to put in the work and bust your ass to get where you want to be. I'll use myself as an example. I've been behind this microphone for some 28 years, whether it's as a play-by-play announcer or as a sports talk host, or in the case of the last 12 years, both.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got it in my head a couple of years ago after I beat cancer. No matter how I put this together, ain't another gonna outwork me. Let me say that again. Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, take this to heart if you have the nerve to. Ain't another gonna outwork me. I would say LeBron should take it to heart too, but he doesn't have a heart. Oh, did I say that aloud?
Tin Man Syndrome.
Mm-hmm. Narratives and dialogues in the house. I believe he's coming to us from Northern California. I believe the Bay Area. So let me put it this way. Until Joel Embiid gets under the correct coach that will, I don't know, put defense in his head. Until Anthony Davis does the same thing, but I think Anthony Davis is not long for the league anyway.
He's not.
Nope.
And I don't think Joel Embiid is either.
Well, here's the thing.
Both of them need to go.
Here's the thing is, it's irrelevant if you get the correct coach because these two are not coachable.
True.
They have yet to show that they're coachable, that they could take direction. Another thing that Sick said, that Joel Embiid, he doesn't have the leadership skills that you need as a center.
Thank you.
Listen, that I played back in grammar school.
Same here.
You command the court as a center.
You're supposed look at what Nikola Jokic did last night on the final possession, directing everybody to get what they needed to be. And I'll play that after the break. Again, hey Nino, if you could help the Snowman with a Cash App, it would be truly appreciated, my man. Trying to get some groceries here in the house. And I have never been shy about saying that. I have never been shy about why I do this. That'll be a separate take later. Listen, Joel Embiid. Well, you know what? I'm going to end it here by saying this. I thought you were a man, Joel Embiid. And as soon as I made that assumption, our executive producer told me 3 words.
Stop the cap.
Here's the thing: we can't even call Joel Embiid the Tin Man, because the way he played against the Knicks, he looked more like the Cowardly Lion.
Yep. Which led to my question: where were you in the fourth quarter, Joel Embiid? Where were you? And I said this about Anthony Davis, and I'll continue to say it about Anthony Davis. I'll continue to say it about Joel Embiid. I'll continue to say it about James Harden as the playoffs move on, and I'm going to be proven right. Where were you, to borrow from the great and the legendary Brent Musburger, where were you, Joel Embiid, in the money period?
Mm-hmm.
Because what do I always say when it's the fourth quarter? What do we call that?
The money period.
Yep. You've heard me say it, Victor, so many times in 17 years together.
Mm-hmm. That's when the checkered flag comes out.
Yep. When it's the fourth quarter, what do we call that? We call that the money period. The Knicks got the money. The Nuggets got the money. Joel Embiid, you let yourself get played and you let yourself get robbed because you didn't help your teammates when it was time. You fool. And for those of you, you know what? Let me throw a little Michael Jordan at you before we go to break. For those of you who think Joel Embiid is actually worth something as a player,
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, Shane's crying. I better quit. Now get the hell up. AFC North draft predictions are next.
Oh, boy.
This
Northside's
is
turn.
good.
I'm starting with the AFC North.
Northside's turn.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, and we didn't finish the NFC East yesterday because the Washington Redskins need everything.
Yes, they do.
We just finished the NFC East.
There. We just got it done. There it is. There it is. And I know they're thinking,
Bitch, are you for real?
I mean,
Yes, we
Ryan
are.
already said they selected a rebrand.
Just go back to what you used to be. Please.
Please, please, please. I beg of you. Please, please. You want to do a rebrand? Just go back to being the Washington Redskins. Please.
That's why politics and sports don't supposed to mix.
They really don't.
And that's why I was off the microphone for about a year and a half. I hate politics, period.
Most of us do.
I've never been shy about that.
Nope.
Nor should you.
Okay.
That's another
All right.
take for another day.
That's way down. That's like November area. And y'all know why I said November. Let's take a break. When we come back, AFC North draft needs and predictions when we get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
IRS, open up. The IRS is the most feared agency in the country and has the power to seize assets, garnish wages, and even put you in jail for back taxes and unfiled tax returns. Don't be a victim. Call Kick IRS right now and let us kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all. Our powerful team of tax experts will fight hard for you and will not stop until we've resolved your tax problems on your terms. And if you qualify, we may even reduce or eliminate your tax debt altogether. No more sleepless nights wondering when the IRS is going to come after you. Take control of your tax problems today and make the phone call. We have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we offer a 100% written guarantee, so there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. The consultation is free and the phone call is free. So pick up the phone right now and kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all.
Call 800-807-8188. That's 800-807-8188. 800-807-8188. SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
The original Think drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
Attention, first responders from across the country. If you were in New York to help during the 9/11 tragedy or during the 11 months afterward, and later developed any of these cancers or respiratory illnesses, you may be entitled to a substantial settlement. A $10 billion compensation fund is in place for 9/11 cancer victims. Do not wait to file your claim. Call now and speak with one of our attorneys. The call is confidential and free. Or reach us online at firstrespondersettlements.com.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now.
Call 800-418-8650. Call now.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Hey, Toe Man, we're waiting for you. This is Snowman in the Morning.
It is indeed Snowman in the Morning, and we are 32 past the second hour. Hopefully, Jay Spivey will be on the way at the bottom of the hour, but this is his busiest day. We didn't get a chance to get a hold of him yesterday. If he doesn't make it today, we would definitely have him tomorrow. All right. Time for this. AFC North draft needs. Good Lord.
Oh, boy.
Good Lord. Now, I got some very controversial picks.
Okay.
That a lot of people are not going to like. But I've seen what I needed to see, especially last year in the AFC Championship game. And that is where we are going to start. We're going to start with the Baltimore Ravens.
Offensive line help?
Oh, not just that.
Some depth there.
Not just
because right now, Baltimore seems a bit set. They got their quarterback for the foreseeable future in Lamar Jackson.
And that's where I'm going to start first.
Okay.
They need to draft a quarterback.
You're not seeing Lamar Jackson for the foreseeable future?
Nope. I'll give you 2 reasons why.
Okay.
2 times he's had the number 1 seed in his house. 2 times he blew it. Lost
they
to
were the
Derrick
ones
Henry and
for
the
a reason.
Titans, and got pounded into the dirt by the eventual world champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot there.
That's nerve, or lack thereof. That's nerve.
Well, also they're number 1 seeds for a reason. Well, nobody about to stop Kansas City.
Kansas City was a 3 seed, or 2 seed rather.
Oh, it's 2 seed.
Kansas City was a 2 seed. Baltimore Ravens had the Ravens had the AFC Championship in their house.
And they had it in hand until the second half game.
They had it in hand until after the first possession where they went 3 and out.
Yeah, because we called that game.
Punted the ball to Kansas City, and Kansas City, just like Green Bay, 13 years prior, marched their asses right down the field and socked them in the mouth and punched it in the end zone. You know, another position where I think Baltimore needs help, and I know some Raven fans are not going to agree with me with this. How about a running back?
You really don't think Derrick Henry is going to be enough?
Do you know how many miles Derrick Henry has on his legs?
That's a fair point.
Do you know how many miles Derrick Henry has on his arms and on his shoulders for carrying the Tennessee Titans for 8 seasons?
Not to mention his high school, he had like 12,000 yards already.
Exactly. He's got mileage on his legs already. I'll say it again. He has mileage on his legs already. Lots of mileage. It's just unfortunate that J.K. Dobbins couldn't stay healthy. All right. And I hate that for J.K. Hate it. But you got to get prepared to defend your AFC North title.
Yeah, you got to get ready to defend the crown.
You got to be ready to tell the rest of the AFC nevermore, in particular the Kansas City Chiefs. What do I always say? To be the champs, you must unseat the champs.
Woo!
And until Baltimore gets an offensive line together that will keep Lamar Jackson upright, until they get a running back that will help Derrick Henry, a little bit of thunder and lightning in the backfield, Baltimore ain't going to do nothing. They'll win the division, but that's as far as they go.
But then they'll get stopped in the playoffs.
Exactly. They will probably claim the number 1 seed again because they're built just that damn good, okay? And here's the other problem. They're missing a couple of their big defensive backs that terrorized people.
Yeah, that's where I thought we were going to go.
They can get beat over the top.
That's where we're going to go.
What do you think Patrick Mahomes did in the AFC Championship?
Beat him over the top.
Beat him over the top, especially with the biggest play of the game that got them not only a first down, but the ball game.
They have a slow secondary.
They got to get a taller and a faster secondary. So if I were the Ravens, there are 4 positions I'd look at. Anywhere on the offensive line, a quarterback, a running back, and a deep secondary. You got to get a stopper in the secondary. Because Marlon Humphrey's not going to be able to carry that defensive secondary all year. He needs some help.
Or Ray Lewis like linebacker.
So but they ran. Think of what the Chiefs did. They ran right at the linebacking position.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. You need someone like a Ray Lewis who can stop that.
They got to get someone who can plug the hole at the linebacker position and on the defensive line. You got to look at the defensive line. End of story. You got to look at the defensive line. No, I'm not forgetting that we have. I'm not forgetting that the Ravens have Derrick Henry, Malik. Let me try again. How many miles does he have on his legs? And Lamar Jackson is not long for the ball club if he keeps getting beat up the way he's been getting beat up.
You got to remember, Derrick Henry had 12,000 yards in just his high school career. Yeah. That's a lot of miles. That's a lot of hits. That's a lot of abuse to take
in 4 years.
In 4 years when you're developing yourself.
Alan Experience is with us. Hey, Alan Experience, where are you watching or listening from? We'll say
I'll take that. I'll take that for you right now because that's one of my partners in crime over at Sim Racing Media. He's out of St. Louis.
St. Louis, where they should have the St. Louis Football Cardinals, but that's a rant for another day.
Should not be in Arizona with Call of Duty.
Who do you get at running back? I have a couple names in mind, but it's the quarterback position that worries me. It's the quarterback position that worries me because as many hits as the Ravens take, as Lamar Jackson takes, I beg your pardon. And yes, he can run the football. I mean, hell, I fell in love with Lamar Jackson at Louisville. All right, let me. Why are you not a pure pocket passer also, along with being a running quarterback? And again, I go with the best example I can think of, Steve Young.
So the thing is, do they draft somebody like Bo Nix if he falls that far down to them?
Yep. Take him. Because no one's going to talk about Bo Nix. Watch.
No.
Bo Nix, no one is going to talk about Bo Nix because he played for 6 years. And a lot of people think, he's just a pocket passer and is going to just be that.
Nothing wrong with that, though. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing, but there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'm not saying otherwise. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
In fact,
you got to have the offensive line to protect them,
right?
And that's where Baltimore failed in the AFC Championship.
That's true.
True.
That's where Baltimore failed in the AFC Championship because if Lamar Jackson was really himself, he wouldn't have gotten sacked 5 times.
That's true.
And the offensive line let him down.
Mm-hmm. The offensive line let him down, and Zay Jones let him down.
Yeah.
Zay Jones let him down because the ball got popped away from him just as he was crossing the goal line. Now, that's a hell of a job by the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Don't get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're Zay Jones. You're their main receiver. You're supposed to hold on to the ball.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Find the lie.
None
to be found.
Next, we go to Cincinnati and talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. Same way, offensive line, because Joe Burrow has been getting his ass kicked since he's been in the league.
Season after season.
One good playoff run, which got them to the Super Bowl in Los Angeles. What have they done since then?
Shown that run was a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
And
it was a fluke.
They had Kansas City by the shirt tail in the AFC Championship. The next year, they marched into Buffalo and kicked their ass.
Yes, it did.
Yep.
They marched into a snowy, rich stadium and kicked their ass. They go to Kansas City. They got Kansas City by the shirt tail in a tie game. And they flubbed it with a personal foul at the end of the game, which allowed Harrison Butker to get the game winner. That's it. That's it. A flash in the pan that got them to Los Angeles in Super Bowl 56. They were 30 seconds away from going to overtime and deciding it in overtime, but then a personal foul flubbed it.
Yep. It
So
did.
the first thing I think Cincinnati needs to do is to get an offensive line. They need to get an offensive line. The second position they need to draft, and I know we're concentrating on offenses with a lot of these teams, but think of how a lot of these teams are built. Joe Mixon's gone, and he ain't walking back through that door.
They need someone else to fill in a good tight end position.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, I've been looking over some of the mock drafts, and there's one name that pops up for Cincinnati.
And that name is?
Brock Bowers.
He ain't falling to Cincinnati. He ain't falling to Cincinnati. Because who's to say that he won't get misused in Cincinnati?
That wouldn't surprise me.
And besides, they just might let T. Higgins go.
Oh, if T. Higgins goes, that's a huge problem.
It is. Then
you got to replace a wide receiver and a tight end.
Yep. Yep. You gotta, and there's also the off chance, and I mean this, the real off chance that Jamar Chase could go.
That would be hurting.
So they could
Cincinnati
get no
needs a
help.
lot of help.
Cincinnati needs some help to get back to where they want to be. Because remember, 2 straight years they won the North.
Yeah.
2 straight years they won the North. And as I said, Joe Mixon ain't walking back through that door.
No, he's not. But they could also use a lot of defensive help too.
Because later on in the year, that defense became a sieve.
That front four was getting blown up week after week.
Yep. So you got to get a stopper on the defensive line.
Yeah.
All right. Screw the linebackers. The first line of defense is that defensive line.
So should it go edge rusher or should it go for someone in between the numbers, like
in
a
the middle
guard or tackle?
You got to get a numbers
in the middle. You got to go in. You got to go in the middle, because if you don't go in the middle, you're going to allow your division opponent to run you over. Pittsburgh Steelers, anyone? Because Pittsburgh was not supposed to be Cincinnati in Pittsburgh.
They really weren't.
And the Steelers kicked that ass.
Yeah, they destroyed them. They got to get somebody. They got to get somebody beefy in the numbers to help plug up those gaps.
Yep. As far as running back goes, I look at Ray Davis out of Kentucky.
I could see that
1,000-yard rusher in each of his last 2 years. Jump cuts great for that Cincinnati offense. All right. Ray Davis out of Kentucky would be a perfect fit for them. Now, the one of the other positions that we talked about was on the defensive line. All right. And I can tell you, dag nabbit.
I'll give you 2 names that I'm looking at for him.
All right.
Byron Murphy
out of Texas.
Yep. And the other one that's being tossed around, Johnny Newton, Illinois.
6'2", 304, 495 in the 40. I just need Newton to stay healthy.
That's what we need. That's what we all want. That's what we all want.
I just want Newton to stay healthy. I want Newton to go as a second defensive tackle selected.
Okay.
So I'll give you another name. Darius Robinson out of Missouri. 6'5", 286.
Oh.
Yep. 6'5", 286.
A wall.
Or they could go with Braden Fisk, former Michigan City Wolf out of Florida State.
Okay.
3-season player. And I've watched Braden Fisk. All right. He was an offensive lineman for Michigan City before he went to Florida State. He's not long. He's a weak run defender, but under the right coach, he can get better. Downhill runs he'll struggle with. But everyone has some weaknesses coming into the draft. But I think Braden Fisk would be a good fit for them also. But I want to see Johnny Newton get to them. I want to see Johnny Newton get to Cincinnati. Next. Oops, wrong one.
Next.
I keep forgetting to switch these. I'm sorry. I'm doing this on the fly, folks.
I believe the next one would be Pittsburgh.
No, the next one would be the Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Clowns.
The Cleveland Clowns. Yeah, that's what they need.
We already know what they need.
God dang it. I know what
they need a lot of help.
They need everything.
Jesus.
They're like the Arizona Cardinals. They need everything. All right.
Yeah, they do.
So where do we begin Hold on a minute, folks. I'm doing this one live, okay? We're doing it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Couldn't help it.
Wow.
Couldn't help it. Couldn't resist. Couldn't resist.
Well, Cleveland's got nothing in the first round that I'm looking at. So,
oops.
That's the first problem.
All those picks went away because of one name. Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up.
To the legendary Cole
Cleveland done screwed big time with him.
And
the legendary Cole Johnson.
You know, okay, let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's start there and let's go there.
Why not?
You know who the you know who the Browns need to draft first and foremost? A quarterback.
Yeah. That's right.
But who's gonna fall in the second round to him?
Nobody. Wait a minute. I did that wrong. Repeat your question.
Who is going to fall to Cleveland in the second round? Yeah, pretty much.
Who would want to go to Cleveland in the second round?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Who actually wants to play in Cleveland alongside Deshaun Watson?
Thank you, Victor.
It's bad because everyone thought that Cleveland was going to have this monumental renaissance with Deshaun Watson because he had such a stellar season that I'm still waiting where that was.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see where that stellar season was. And I think the season they're trying to talk about is 2019. How long ago was that?
Long enough.
But now he has yet to really play any significant games since he's been in Cleveland.
And he won't either. They need to get rid of him, that albatross of a contract, and select an actual quarterback.
Problem
so much
is,
guaranteed.
Well, there's one problem. The second problem is Cleveland doesn't pick until 54th.
Oops.
Ow.
By that point, good luck finding a quarterback worth a damn.
Even in the second round.
Good luck finding anything
because
worth a damn.
You ain't getting Bo Nix.
Nope.
No.
You sure as hell ain't getting Michael Penix Jr.
Nope.
Nope.
The other possibility would be Sam Hartman, but I don't think he's going to be available to them either.
No. So who does that leave?
Not much. Doesn't leave much.
Let me go find a spatula. Let me scrape the bottom of the barrel for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they're not getting Bo Nix because Bo Nix is going to fall. All right, because of his experience. And it's unfair for him to go far down like I think he's going to go because of his experience. I mean, 6-year player. All right. It's unfair that Caleb Williams is the number 1 ranked quarterback and he hasn't done a doggone thing.
And will not do a doggone thing.
And will not do a doggone thing. And will not do a thing.
All right. So what else does Cleveland need?
Everything.
Okay. Well, what's their bigger concern after quarterback?
Another one?
Everything. Yes. Because who's in their running game?
This is like looking at the lunch buffet.
Hey, I got him.
This is like looking at the lunch buffet and
there's nothing left.
Yeah, and the waiter's like, you're gonna need to wait a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like this. Let me have what the hell do I want?
Nothing.
Because there's no running.
How about Marshawn Lloyd out of USC as a running back?
That'd be interesting.
I could see that. I can see that.
Marshawn Lloyd, because like you said, Shane, they don't pick until 54th. And all the good pickings are going to be long gone. All the good pieces of chicken are going to be gone, eaten, and deposited.
Yep. All the thighs, the legs, the breasts are all
the good pieces of fried chicken that they don't stick under a lamp
is
going to be long gone. So the best case scenario for me for Cleveland would be Marshawn Lloyd out of USC.
Yeah. The only good wing in the entire bag.
Mm-hmm.
And that's saying something.
And Lloyd's going to be pretty fresh because he never had more than 120 carries in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that is because of injury. Some of that is because he didn't get used. So if anybody could fit well in Cleveland, it would be Marshawn Lloyd. Here's the question. Is Kevin Stefanski going to go back to what got him into the playoffs in 2020, which is running the doggone football?
Good question.
And of course, we ain't got to say nothing about the offensive or defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Trash.
You know what got Cleveland to the playoffs this past year? Joe freaking Flacco.
You're not wrong.
Joe freaking Flacco. Okay?
Yeah, and
he leads Cleveland to a win over Jacksonville and winds up the starter. You know, we said that Cleveland needs a quarterback.
Why not re-sign Flacco?
That'd be too much like right.
Isn't that the problem?
Yep. And you know who'd be perfect for them as a developmental quarterback and just throw him in the fire? Joe Milton out of Tennessee.
Oh, that could be entertaining.
Throw him in the fire. Throw him in the fire. Not
Straight
fire.
Fire.
Fire. That's a fire. That's a fire.
Yeah. Fire.
That's a fire. That's a fire. Thank you, Eddie Murphy.
Fire. I am con Julio.
I need some more caffeine. Are you threatening me? I'm sorry.
I am the good con Julio. I need TP for my bungle.
Lord have mercy.
Adam.
I am con Julio.
No.
I need TP for my bungle.
No. What is the matter with you two? Now the train has started to come down the station. It has now derailed.
It's like us, Victor, when we used to ride the L up north and we'd pray it would not stop at Raggedy Field.
Oh, God. The smell.
All right, one more team in
the embarrassment.
Dear God, yes. All right, one more team in the AFC North to look at.
And that would be.
And that's these guys. What? Where's my mouse? There it is. That's these guys. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Jesus.
They need 2 new quarterbacks.
They need Jesus.
They need everything. All right.
They need Jesus.
They need Jesus.
They need the plunger pushed.
Yes. You are now.
You ain't wrong.
Pittsburgh Steelers, you are now
on the
mortgaging.
clock.
You are now mortgaging your entire futures
on
Russell Wilson and Justin
Fields. Like the Chicago Bears, mortgage their entire future forever and ever and ever on DJ Moore.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with y'all?
Too much.
You know, you need 2 new quarterbacks because Russell Wilson and Justin Fields are both going to get pounded.
Yep.
You need an offensive line just in case you want to protect either one of those 2 quarterbacks.
Why would you?
But the third thing they need is a running back.
Justin Fields.
I'm talking about an actual running back.
Yeah, but we know they're going to go with Justin Fields.
This will be true. This will be every bit of true. And there is no lie to be found in that statement. Now, to solve the running back conundrum, You tell Justin Fields to hit the road. You send
tell
Najee
them
Harris.
both.
You send Najee Harris packing with him.
Yes,
You draft. You know who'd be a perfect fit as a quarterback for them?
Who?
Michael Pratt out of Tulane.
Okay.
Fundamentals, man.
I like that.
I would say clear out the quarterback room in Pittsburgh and draft him.
Mm-hmm.
Because what are you really going to get out of those two jokers?
You're not.
There you go.
You're not. Simply put, you're not. You're not going to get much. If you get anything out of them, it would be miraculous.
Right.
I don't know how the hell they got into playoffs last year. They backed their way in.
I have no idea.
They backed their way in. And I know I've said this the last 2 years, but I'm going to say it again. This is the first year that Mike Tomlin suffers a losing season. And when that happens, hit the road, Jack.
Yep, he's out the door.
Now watch what happens.
Right.
Somehow Justin Fields has a stellar year.
I don't want to say it aloud, but watch what happens.
Watch
what happens.
Watch Justin Fields have a stellar year.
And piss all of us off.
Right.
Pretty much.
See, I wouldn't be mad. I would be mad because I think that the offensive line for Pittsburgh is halfway decent, which is better. That was way better than any Bears offensive line that we've seen thus far, besides the Old Recruits era. So, with the Pittsburgh Steelers being halfway decent offensive line, think of what that's going to do.
I would answer that honestly, but we got to go to a break.
Yes, we do.
We need a break to get TP for my bungalow.
Shut up. And y'all wonder why we have so much fun doing this.
Teenage antics of Snowman in the Morning, Snowman and the Big Dog Shay Lake is brought to you by Yuck Mouth Dental Insurance. Either keep it minty or keep it shut. Wish we could tell someone like Anthony Davis that, but you know.
Wish we could tell someone like LeBron James that. Oh, did I say that aloud?
Well, that's not happening.
We'll be back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to BruxNightGuard.com and order yours today.
Hey everyone, I'm joined by my old friend, Mr. Ellis Williams, AKA Mr. Biggs. You called me and you told me, you said, man, I got Car Shield and it worked. What made you get it?
I have this old SUV and I know the manufacturer warranty is about to run out. I don't want to get stuck with expensive car repairs.
Right.
So I gave Car Shield a call. Coverage was very affordable and there was no long-term contract. A few months after that, transmission went on my car I took it to my mechanic. They called Car Shield and saved my family and I $2,400.
Car Shield is America's #1 auto protection company. Their administrators have paid out over $1 billion in claims and cover most vehicles from 5,000 to 150,000 miles. You'll receive 24/7 roadside assistance, courtesy towing, rental reimbursement at no additional charge.
Give Car Shield a call today before it's too late. Remember,
Car Shield cars go farther.
Protect yourself now against expensive auto repair bills. Call 800-513-9263.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
And we were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We've played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business, also just make some awesome friends.
Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
So Snowman's been asked, who's the face of the NBA? The face of the NBA has been residing in the Bay since he got here. And his name is Wardell Stephen Curry, the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. Take that.
Oh, yeah! Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning.
Hour 3. I'm the Nick on audio.
This has not stopped.
Nope. Not the entire break.
Lord have mercy.
It's your fault.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What did I do?
You brought it up.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
How?
Oh, I don't know.
This is gonna be a hour-long thing.
No, there's going to come a point when it's going to be like skiing games and wait, I'm already home. Never mind.
Right?
Yep.
The train has been yeeted, everybody.
Yes, it has.
Yeet.
Courtesy of Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Yeet. All right. So we got a special request from Droid.
Oh, dear.
I'm not even going to do the hot seat thing. I'm just going to say this. The New York Islanders are a flat-out disgrace.
Yep, they are.
Dishonor.
How the hell did you blow a 3-1 lead on the road?
Oh, no.
Tell me how that happens.
Oh, dear.
Tell me how you blew a 3-1 lead. Huh? Patrick Waugh, you need to answer for this. Because now your series is going to be over by the weekend.
We're calling everyone's season to be over by the weekend. This week is
Pretty
gonna be
much.
full. This week is going to be full of people going to the shadow realm.
This should have been at least a 6-game series. At least.
True.
Yeah.
This Islander Hurricane series shaped up to be a 6-game series.
Right.
Now,
yet again,
it's a 4-game series.
Trash.
Because the Hurricanes are going to go into Brooklyn or wherever the hell they're playing and beat the hell out of them.
Well, no wonder they're losing. They're going to Brooklyn.
The Shadow Realm. Yes, I know.
Right.
They're going to the Shadow Realm. Now, if somehow, some way, the New York Islanders grow a set and actually come out to play, then maybe, just maybe. What did I miss?
Troy says, send the Islanders to
the NBA Cup. Oh,
the NBA Cup
Lord.
with you.
I don't think the Islanders would know how to act when it comes to the NBA Cup. Droid, thank you for that.
Thank you for that. To the NBA Cup with you.
And no, to borrow from Ryan McCarthy, the NHL does not need an NHL Cup either.
No.
They don't need an in-season tournament.
Please,
no.
God, no.
No. Just
God, no.
Hell no. Just hell to the no.
Bishop Bullwinkle, would you mind helping us here?
Yeah, Bishop, does the NHL need an in-season tournament?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Oh, dear
Listen,
Lord.
to the New York Islanders, you ain't the Rangers, number one. Okay,
Clearly you're not.
You got a Hall of Famer as your coach, but the New York culture sunk into him. Yep. And remember, Patrick Roy is the only player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy 3 times. So you think the players would want to listen to him on how to protect the lead. But no, that ain't happening.
Nope.
And now I'm afraid that Patrick Roy is not long for the Islanders.
He'll be out by the end of this job. He'll be out by the end of the playoffs.
I wouldn't be surprised. After this choke job, Patrick Roy, a Hall of Famer, is gone. Finito in the sun. Okay?
See, it's a shame because it seems like the Islanders quit on him.
Would you say that again, Victor, please?
It seemed like more so the team quit on him.
Just like the players have quit on Pedro Grifol and the White Sox. I'll do that tomorrow.
They've already quit this early in the season. Ouch.
Look,
rude,
I know
Joy.
what I see, okay? And what I saw, what I see with the White Sox is the same thing I'm seeing with the Islanders. It's the same thing I'm seeing with the 76ers and the same damn thing I'm seeing with the Lakers. These teams, when they get a lead, they take their foot off the pedal. And once a team like Carolina shows up and shows out, they quit. They have no fight. They have no heart. They have no nerve.
Droid is rude, but he's not untrue. Droid is rude, but he's not untrue.
They're trying so hard to be the Cowboys.
He's not wrong. It's just rude.
It's not rude. It's just truthful.
Still rude.
It's truth. It's not rude. Shut
It's not
up.
in the same sport.
But it fits.
True.
It fits. Still rude.
But it fits.
It's not in the same sport.
But it fits, damn it. But it fits.
Still rude.
They can be rude all it can be rude all it wants to be. It fits.
Still rude.
Square peg, round hole. We're making it fit, damn it.
And Victor, you shut up or I'll sick rain on you.
I already had that yesterday. Shut up.
I'll do it again. The point being, the Islanders are a disgrace and they need to be contracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
The New York Islanders should no longer be a hockey team after what happened last night.
Turning your hockey sticks.
Turning your sticks, turning your franchise, and let New York only have one team, and that's the Rangers. At least the Rangers, even though they had a choke job last year, at least the Rangers can somewhat play.
Oof.
And I use the word somewhat. Woof.
I didn't say anything wise.
But the Islanders should not even exist. They shouldn't have existed after they won 4 consecutive Stanley Cups from 80 to 82. 80 to 83, I beg your pardon.
Okay.
And then the Edmonton Oilers showed up
and showed
kicked
out
their asses and said, get out and stay out. After the Edmonton Oilers destroyed that dynasty called the New York Islanders, who played at Nassau Coliseum before Nassau decided to blow it up.
They've fallen apart.
They have fallen to shreds.
They have fallen apart, which is sad.
Not for me.
Well, for any dynasty, for me, it's kind of sad when it ends.
Mm-hmm.
It means you wait for the next one, but my God, the fall from grace is ridiculous for the Islanders.
It sure is. You know what Patrick Waugh should be saying to his players right now?
Got me up.
Not wrong.
He should be saying that to his players right now. And you know what he should be singing to his players? When his players told him, we're going to fight hard in game 2 for 60 minutes, Patrick Waugh's response should have been this.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh, stop lying.
Again, not wrong. You're not.
Not at all.
I would say I feel sad for the New York Islanders, but I don't.
You don't.
No, you really don't.
Those who think I do.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm done. I got nothing left.
Move the Islanders to Houston. I think Cole would have an objection to that.
Why would you want the Islanders in Houston? Why? What the hell are you thinking?
I
What
think
in
Cole
the
will have an
vital
objection to
blue
that.
yellow? You think? Why would you want that?
Call the Islanders Post Malone because they fell apart.
Yep. Yep. Calling the Islanders a bunch of cornholios. I'm sorry.
Are you threatening me?
Doggone it, not again.
Lick it. I'll send you to Lake Titicaca.
Also, Bruins just need to commit to Jeremy Swayman.
You're not wrong.
They should have done that last year when Linus Ullmark was injured.
That's what.
Granted, I love what Ullmark's doing between the pipes, but Swayman's a better option.
Listen, they should have went to Swayman at the start of the playoffs.
Should have.
Ullmark was injured at the end of the season, and yet they decided to ride him out. They got to a 3-1 lead. Then is when they should have made the switch.
Yeah,
then it should have when they made the switch. All right?
You're not
Tell
wrong.
me I'm lying.
No, you're not. Not wrong. I'm looking at it like they should have ran Swayman from the beginning anyway.
Yep. Should have, but didn't.
No.
Should have, could have, would have. They didn't. Idiotas.
Extreme idiotas.
Quit threatening me.
You're welcome, Droid. Who the hell wants the Islanders in Brooklyn? Absolutely. I'm glad I don't live in New York because my wife would have left. I'm not living in this POS.
Why would you move to the Shadow Realm?
Her too.
Why would you move to the Shadow Realm?
I know. Look.
It's bad enough the Shadow Realm is like 10 hours underneath me.
Shadow Realm
We
wireless.
have no plans of moving anywhere near, close to, or by the Shadow Realm. Because she already told me there's too many people there.
Yeah. I have a friend that lives in the New York area. He does not like the Brooklyn area. He says it's way too crowded.
There's too many dumbasses. There's too many dumbasses.
Again, duh. Way too many.
That's why I'm glad Boston's only 6 hours away from me.
He said even the New York area, the New York City, New York area is crowded. I'm like, well, yeah, it's New York City.
You think?
Better off living in Buffalo than New York City.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the no. Too much blank snow. Too much lake effect snow. Dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
that and the Bills Mafia would be wanting to put everyone through a table.
They're not the Dudleys.
And I'm not one of them. No.
3D.
No.
Not the Dudleys. Stop
Listen,
it.
I love you, Tom Grossi, but no.
Hey, Devon, get the table.
You get it your own damn self. You ain't getting me in. No. Hell to the no. Hell no to the no. Are you all not entertained? Do me a favor. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. And if you can, do me a favor. How about a cash app to Tallman Dr. K50? Because we're trying to get some groceries in here. And I'm not one to shy away from that. Coming up, we finish things off with the draft needs of the NFC North.
Ugh.
Good God.
Good grief.
Back after
Now,
this.
if that ain't gonna send, if that don't send this show off the rails, then we haven't done our job. That is all I will say.
Oh boy.
NFC North draft needs. Back in a flash.
Coming up.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to BruxNightGuard.com and order yours today.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
Yeah, we were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We've played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business. Also, just make some awesome friends.
Hey everyone, I'm joined by my old friend, Mr. Ellis Williams, AKA Mr. Biggs. You called me and you told me, you said, man, I got Car Shield and it worked. What made you get it?
I have this old SUV and I know the manufacturer warranty is about to run out. I didn't want to get stuck with expensive car repairs.
Right.
So I gave Car Shield a call. Coverage was very affordable and there was no long-term contract. A few months after that, transmission went on my car. I took it to my mechanic, they called Car Shield and saved my family on $2,400.
Car Shield is America's #1 auto protection company. Their administrators have paid out over $1 billion in claims and cover most vehicles from 5,000 to 150,000 miles. You'll receive 24/7 roadside assistance, courtesy towing, rental reimbursement at no additional charge.
Give Car Shield a call today before it's too late. Remember,
Car Shield cars go farther.
Protect yourself now against expensive auto repair bills. Call 800-513-9263.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
So Snowman's been asked, who's the face of the NBA? The face of the NBA has been residing in the Bay since he got here. And his name is Wardell Stephen Curry, the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. Take that.
Oh, yeah! Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning.
Oh, yeah. 29 after the hour, the big dog and the hired sword are back, and Caitlin Clark is set to sign a deal with Nike, 8 years, $28 million. I only have one request, Nike. Put an extra 0 there. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Now let's finish things up with this. The NFC North draft needs. Dear God.
Where do we start?
I'll show you. You know where we're going to start? We're going to do this we're going to jump around here. We're going to do this in reverse.
Okay.
Because there's a piece of low-hanging fruit that all of us can get to. And Shane already knows what's coming.
Like we haven't done that enough today.
Oh, boy.
And that is the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, okay.
Now, where do we start with the Vikings? Start with the obvious position. They need a quarterback since they let Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins go.
I'm sorry. That's so funny. The fact that 2 Chainz Cousins is no longer a Viking.
Well, then who exactly would the Vikings? Well, the Vikings are actually semi-decent on the draft list. They could pick up somebody.
Probably.
Well, Deb Witkus and I talked about this when I had her on last week, and we kept asking who needed a quarterback, and the first team I spat out was Minnesota.
Yeah.
Why? No more 2 Chainz.
Right.
The question is, who would they draft? Should they go that way?
Well, I've got a few of the boards.
They had no choice but to go that way.
They
have to.
And I've got a few of the boards that are saying that there are some moves being made that Minnesota goes up the list.
Oh,
really?
Going up to the possibility of where the Chargers are at number 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which means Bo Nix could come to Minnesota.
Not just Bo Nix, but Drake May and J.J. McCarthy.
You know what? Just for punishment's sake, I hope they draft J.J. McCarthy.
I would laugh.
Just for punishment's sake.
You guys are going to drive poor Paul Allen to drink.
So, look.
Paul Allen is going to need a Jack Daniels body. He's going to turn into Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
Listen. Through his broadcast, I've gotten to know Paul Allen over the years. Okay? Mm-hmm. You think he ain't drinking and I mean this jokingly. You think he ain't drinking already?
No, I'm pretty sure he's had at least a couple of drinks.
I mean, this is and I love you, Paul Allen. I do. I adore. Listen, those of you who know how much I joke around about announcers, I adore Paul Allen.
Yes,
I do. I adore PA. But damn it,
you know he's got to have a couple of shots. You know he's got to have a couple of shots by the time the game's over.
But damn it, can he catch a break?
No, he can't.
No.
Drake May to Minnesota, it would fit. But it wouldn't fit. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but well, you're going to have to block him. All right, you got to have an offensive line in front of him.
Yeah.
All right? Okay, I'm going to date myself by making this comparison. I'm going to date and Darian, you're going to laugh when I say this. I'm dating myself when I make this comparison, but if they draft either J.J. McCarthy or Drake May, you know who he reminds me of? Tommy Kramer. And I just made Shane's head drop. I told you I was dead. Oh God, here we go.
Now bang us up.
Oh mercy.
Mercy.
See, Victor knew not to say anything.
Yes, I did.
But then again, Justin Jefferson is gone after this year.
Yes, he is.
So they need a couple of backup receivers.
Yeah.
They need some backup receivers. Bad. And they need a backup tight end for TJ Hawkinson, who can't stay on the damn field. And they need a defensive end to replace Danielle Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Now, if any defensive ends come available, they could make their way up the chart to go that way. Could be in the operative void.
Oh,
Well,
wouldn't surprise me.
Well, if they steal Bauer, if they're going up in the draft, what if they steal Bauer from everybody
That
else?
ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Why? This is Minnesota we're talking about.
We are talking about Minnesota.
These are the Minnesota Vikings we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I mean, I love you, Paul Allen, but have you seen this organization?
Are we gonna put their owner on the monument to morons?
Not yet. Depends on what he does with this draft. Depends on what he does with this draft. Speaking of which,
oh no,
we got these guys.
Oh, okay.
The Green Bay Packers.
Them cheddar heads.
Now I'm going to say something totally out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
We've been down that road already today.
Right.
Not like this.
Oh God. All right. What you got?
Packers need a quarterback.
Not wrong.
You don't love Jordan Love? Jordan Love gets no love.
To answer your question.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Wow.
Okay.
Jordan Love gets no love.
Not from me, he doesn't.
Oy, today.
Not for me. Not for me, he doesn't. Do it consistently, and maybe, just maybe, I'll give you a spotlight.
I think this is gonna be his prove it season. Because he kind of
let me stop tripping. Jordan Love has shown a lot the back end of the year.
Right.
He's shown a lot. He has shown a lot the back end of the year. Let me stop tripping. Josh Jacobs is going to be okay, but he's not going to get used.
Mm.
And the Vikings, going back to the Vikings, yeah, they got Aaron Jones, but it's only for 1 year. That's a prove it year.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, I'm sorry, Josh Jacobs, but you're not going to get 200 carries. Why? Matt LaFleur. That's why.
Matt LaFleur.
And you know who I borrowed that from.
I know. Malik Jones is trolling
Matt
too.
LaFleur. I know. But I've seen what I needed to see from Matt LaFleur
Yes.
in his rookie season when they got their ass kicked twice.
Badly.
By my 49ers.
Badly.
Someone saying the 49ers need a quarterback my ass.
Malik, shut up. whoever your team is, y'all need everything. Now, bite me. All right, let's go. Let me stop joking around. Jordan Love has shown me a lot, okay? Christian Watson, same thing. if they learn how to run the football a lot
more.
Yes. And you're right, Darren. He was in it for the money. That's why he's not going to get 200 carries.
Honestly, I think one of their needs is defensive for Green Bay.
Yeah,
that's what the draft. That's what the draft boards have. Kool-Aid McKinstry, corner. They've also got.
I agree with that pick.
They also got Nate Wiggins and J.C. Latham.
McKinstry would fit them perfectly.
They need turnover potential. That's what they need.
Ball hawks.
Someone who can cause ball hawks. Someone who can either force fumbles or pickoffs. Because that's one thing that has really made hay for the Packers.
McKinstry would be that guy for them. McKinstry would be that guy. McKinstry would be that guy. All right, that takes care of them. And yes, I'm showing a lot of love for Jordan Love. All right. Let me stop tripping before Wayne Larrabee decides to strike me down. And anyone who follows radio knows who Wayne Larrabee is and knows why he's one of my all-time favorites.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Now to these guys, the Detroit Lions.
Where do we start?
Where do we start?
Most everybody needs. Most everybody needs a quarterback.
Except the Chiefs and the 49ers. Everybody needs a quarterback.
They need a new coach, too.
Look, Dan Campbell. Okay, Dan Campbell can stay. All right, let me say that. Dan Campbell can stay. But, well, actually, you know what? They don't need to make any improvements. What the Lions need is depth more than anything else. Because by the time the second half of the NFC Championship happened, they were worn out. Make sense?
Yeah, and we got a few options on the board for them. Chop Robinson, edge from Penn State.
He would be a great compliment to Aiden Hutchinson. A great compliment.
Adonai Mitchell, Texas wide receiver.
Oh, that would be a greedy pick, but I could see it happening.
Believe it or not, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
That would be another greedy pick, but I can see that happening.
Tyler Nubin, Minnesota safety.
I don't know about Nubin.
And Ennis Rakenstraw Jr. from Missouri, corner.
Yeah, so everybody, they're leaning defense. The boards are leaning defense.
They are.
The boards are leaning defense.
And to be fair, Detroit did have that problem late season.
And the NFC Championship.
Yep.
And the NFC Championship. Because they were up 24-7 and that defense crumbled.
Massively.
That defense crumbled.
We talked about that game.
We did. For about an hour.
Yeah. Shortly after it happened.
For about an hour. They gift wrapped that game.
They did.
Victor, get your Rudy Poo candy ass back in here because we're going to have some fun. So, Detroit just needs depth. All right? They just need depth at some key positions. That's all. That's all. And they're fine. I like what Detroit's doing, especially since they snatched David Montgomery out of nowhere.
Right.
Sorry about that. Phone call was brought in. But here's the thing. They need to stick on that path of what got them to the dance this year, which is the downhill running, followed by a bit of play action.
Look at your phone, Darian. Go ahead, Victor.
Followed by some play action. They need to build up on that.
Yeah.
And quarterback is definitely one of those options that they need.
They just The Lions just need depth.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
Because by the time the midway through that third quarter, when Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled the football, they were gassed.
Yes, they were.
They were completely gassed. All that energy, and I've talked about this so many times, all the energy they spent to get a 24-7 lead, they forgot there was the second half.
And that's the problem.
Yep.
That's why I said coach, because the gambles were so idiotic in the NFC Championship game.
2 big gambles.
Two massive gambles. Yes. And they weren't necessary because these are the first half.
You get a field goal, you're up 3 scores.
Right.
You get a field goal on either of those possessions, you make it harder for Frisco to come all the way back.
What do we talk about when we talk about the White Sox in terms of baseball? How many runs they leave on the field?
Runners left on base.
That was the same thing. That was the same thing that Detroit did. They left points on the field.
They left points there. They left points off the board. You get a field goal on any of those possessions, or let's say they make that gamble and turn it into a touchdown. Game, set, match.
Right. But in essence, you didn't even need to
game, set, match.
Play the long game, trusting your defense that hasn't let you down yet. Which I think will be another need for Detroit is someone on the defensive end as well.
Right.
Possibly in the linebacker position.
Right. The other thing, and I'll say this again with Detroit, all they need is some depth. That's it.
Yeah.
All they need is some depth. They get some depth, they're fine. They're fine. But they also got to get some nerve too.
They really do.
This is more of a mental game with the Lions instead of a physical game. They got the physical game.
Yes.
All right. I'm believing they're going to run the table and win the NFC North again.
I think so too. I don't see another team that can stop them right now.
They're going to run the table and win the NFC North again. Because there's no 2 Chainz Cousins in Minnesota.
Nope.
Green Bay's too young.
Yes.
Although they will scare the hell out of people. They will look. Green Bay's going to scare the hell out of people. Okay, let's just be real. Green Bay has got the team to scare the hell out of some people. And then to finish off the North,
oh boy,
there's these guys.
Jesus,
where do we start?
Jesus, that's what they need.
Yep.
Jesus.
They have the first overall pick, and we all know they're going to pick Caleb Williams.
Yes.
And people are going to hate me for saying this, but that will be a mistake.
Who else are they going to go with?
You're going to hit me for this. I think they should go with Bo Nix.
I mean, I don't mind it either way. I don't mind either way. Bo Nix is like a probably better option.
Yep, Bo Nix is a better option than Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams sucks.
Yep.
But the problem is, and we talked about it earlier when we did the AFC North, the Bears will not build from the inside out.
I was going to say, what line is he going to have?
Exactly. 300-pound mannequins. Again, 300-pound. What did Victor say last year? 300-pound turnstiles.
300-pound Walmart mannequins who then upgraded to JCPenney mannequins and then downgraded to Dollar Tree mannequins. That's it.
That's all they got for an offensive line. And that sucks.
Yes, it does.
That blows, man.
Especially from from a franchise that's had such a rich history of running the football.
Exactly.
From the Hallis years to the Dicker years with sweetness. Heck, to some of the Geron.
Neil Anderson, Thomas Jones.
Yeah, I would say to the Geron era with Thomas Jones and Cedric Benson.
Thank you very much.
Matt Forte with Lovie Smith.
Forte.
I don't understand why this has become such a lost art on a team that is basically staked their claim on being built to run.
They were supposed to be built to run. And I will go back to the same event that I will always go back to of why the Chicago Bears will never be the same. The year was 2011. The month was January. they had the NFC Championship in their house against a wounded Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And they let Aaron Rodgers march right down the field and stick it in the end zone in 7 plays, and they've never been the same since. Never
recovered. Never recovered.
Never recovered. Never recovered.
And they won't, because at that point, I think that's the point where the McCaskies simply just gave up.
Yep.
I think that's exactly where the McCaskies just gave up and say, you know what, we're just going to be that novelty group rather than an NFL team.
There is no lie to be found with that statement.
And that's disgusting.
Which
is why I hold Jim McCaskey as one of the monument of morons.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So we can't just break down 2 or 3 positions with the Bears because they need everything. They need to blow up the administration, and they need to blow up the team.
Mm-hmm.
And start with an offensive line.
Yep.
Start with an offensive line. They're so hell bent on drafting Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams doesn't realize he's walking into a mess.
He's walking to a literal bear trap.
He is.
Yep.
He is. By the way, I hope y'all like the graphics. I was making these on the fly today.
He's walking to the proverbial bear trap.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Shane, what do you think? Did I do good on the graphics?
I like it.
Because I was making these on the fly. I was purely making these on the fly. But as you said, they're walking into a bear trap. They're walking into a literal bear trap. Big problem. Big problem.
And who's coaching the team?
Matt Eberfools.
Exactly.
Yep.
Matt Eberfools.
You talk
that
about
should tell you everything you need to know about that.
So one of the 2 teams in the NFL that are doomed from the beginning.
Yep.
One is the Bears. One of the Bears, and the other is the Panthers.
Oh God! And tomorrow we're doing the South divisions. Oh Jesus! Why am I doing the South divisions tomorrow? Because it's gonna be fun ripping them apart.
The only saving grace right now the Bears have is DeAndre Swift. That's the only saving grace they got right now. Is a bell cow running back, but does not have a line, and that's gonna be the biggest problem.
All right, folks. There's someone that I need to welcome. And there's a graphic I need to get up here. So give me a few minutes.
Okay.
We're going to finish things up by talking draft. And to do that, I want to welcome a brother who I love very dearly. I love when he does play-by-play, although he does try to be me on occasion. And I'm kidding when I say that. Here's Darian Hopkins. D-Hop, what's up?
I made it.
You did.
What up, brother?
You did, man.
I made it. Finally, I had a day off and because of the primary election and stuff like that. So
you ain't got to tell me twice.
Here. What's up?
You ain't got to tell us twice.
How crazy is it during the primary election? How crazy has it been?
Well, I don't know because I really don't care for it.
Just the traffic.
I don't care what us voting do what.
Right?
Fair enough.
Thank you. Doesn't do a doggone thing.
It sure doesn't.
It doesn't do a thing. All right, man. We were talking about draft needs, and we were with the Chicago Bears. We're doing the West Divisions Thursday. But since you're here, let's take a quick peek at the AFC West and let's look at your Raiders. Where do they begin?
Well, it's pretty tricky for the Las Vegas Raiders at this point. People say quarterback. I get it. I get it because Aiden O'Connell came in rookie, had his woes. I get it.
Right.
So people feel like if Michael Penix drops to 13, we should go get Michael Penix there. But this is my thing. If quarterbacks are of like Michael Penix, Drake May, or if we don't trade up, it is not a good quarterback available.
Yeah.
The Raiders should go get a right tackle at that position.
I agree.
Only reason why that I say that because Illuminor left to go to the New York Giants.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have depth at the offensive line in general.
Right.
So right. Our right tackle has been our weakest when it comes to the Las Vegas Raiders. You see, when we drafted Alex Leatherwood, that was the most overrated pick that the Raiders ever did in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So getting Alex Leatherwood wasn't even a reach by far. Like if you go back on my Nothing But Raider podcast and you see my reaction to that, y'all would cry. Y'all would literally cry because I went off on them. But
man, that was one of your best.
Yeah,
that was one. Listen, D,
I would love to hear.
You know I'm a faithful follower of your podcast. You know I'm a faithful follower of your channel.
Right.
I heard that rant, and that put me to shame. And I've had some legendary rants, according to the fellas here. Okay,
you have.
I've had some legendary rants, but the one Darian did topped me. Okay,
I did it like I was live, like doing the actual draft, and I put my phone up to record my reaction.
Right,
and I was like, "He's not your." I was beep.
You were going.
I was throwing
crazy
F-bombs, B-bombs. I was throwing everything I could at that draft pick. It was bad.
Yep. You were throwing. Listen, folks, y'all know my favorite comedian is George Carlin.
Yes, indeed.
Darian that night last year was throwing more Carlinisms than my ass. He was throwing more Carlinisms than my crazy ass. Seriously, I never heard Darian that angry. Okay, and I've had people, my wife included. Listen, people, my wife included, have come to me and they said, "We've never heard you, Snowman, get that angry." I happened to catch the end of that, and I went to bed, and I said, Jody looked at me and I said, "Baby, I found someone that gets angrier than me when it comes to the draft." She flipped over and said, "Who?" I said, "My friend Darian." She says, "You're going to have to show me this." I showed her a piece of that, and she fell out laughing.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it.
Because, like I said, y'all think I get angry? Y'all need to hear this dude live. All right? Because there were a couple of heat games.
Especially if we lose.
Yep.
Man,
there were a couple of heat games.
Epic stuff out of me.
There were a couple of heat games last year that I happened to against the Boston Celtics in the East Finals. Miami went up 3-0, and Darian's just prancing around. I know he was sitting down, prancing around thinking, okay, this series is going to be over. I dropped him a message and I said, "Don't be too sure." And Darian fired back at me and said, "Watch this." All right. Then it became 3-1. Then it became 3-2. Before the series was tied, D came to me and said, "Do you really think the Celtics will tie the series tonight?" And without blinking, I said, "Yep." And I thought Darian was going to reach through the computer and punch me.
That's my Celtics for you.
I'm serious. I thought Darian was going to reach through the computer and punch me. And I was willing to take that punch. My wife came in.
At the end of the day. That's all
I know. My wife came in, saw me watching that game, and she says, "Who's winning?" "Miami." She says, "I'm gonna take a nap. When I come back, I bet you the Celtics were tired." Came back, Celtics were down 1, and then that game winner happened. My wife said, "Okay, you can come to bed." I said, "I'll be in there in a few minutes." I hopped on Darian's channel, and he went ballistic.
I gotta hear these now.
My chair. Listen, I'm sitting in my chair laughing my ass off because that's one of my legendary rants, okay?
I'll tell you, if you go to my Nothing But Raider podcast, I do the play-by-plays every Sunday for all Raiders games. Trust me, I think the Raider games are more on a different level than it is when I do basketball. It's on another level. Like, especially when we had, Josh can I curse on here? Do you mind if I curse on here?
Hold off on that.
Yeah, hold
Okay,
on.
so
When we do something unfiltered, I'll bring you back in. Then you can go completely off. All right.
Okay, so Josh McDummy. If y'all get what I'm saying, Josh McDummy.
I've already said dumbass a few times, dude.
Right.
I think it's the other one he's thinking of.
When we had Josh McDummy, like I threw hats. I ripped off jerseys. I tell you, it's a whole nother level with me when it comes to Raiders content. It's totally different than when I do the Darian Hopkins show. Two different personalities, two different people. I'm telling you right now, like, this is my third personality just being on here. So just like you see me on the Raider podcast, or you see me on the Darian Hopkins sports, you're gonna be like, oh, where'd this person come from? Like,
right. Like, who are you?
Right. Who are you? Like, but as far as my Raiders go, I mean, I want us to go, if we don't go offensive line at 13, if Nate Wiggins is sitting there, I say we go get another corner, because me personally, Nate Hobbs could go back to the slot. That's where he was great at for us. And we do need a CB2. And Nate Wiggins could be one of those guys that could be our CB2 for the Las Vegas Raiders. But everybody's saying quarterback because, Antonio Pierce has that relationship with Jayden Daniels at Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, if we go get Jayden Daniels, watch my reaction to that. Now that's going to be epic. You think Alex Leatherwood's going to be epic? Oh man! If we get Jayden Daniels, the nation is going to go ballistic with that, because I love the pick. I would love to pick, but people going to think like, okay, they're not going like Michael Penix. I think I'm gonna let y'all know this right now for anybody that's watching. If Michael Penix fall to 13, he's going to come out to be the best quarterback out of this draft. Mark my words.
Ooh.
And I will say no lie to be found, because I've loved watching Penix from Indiana to Washington. And I think Washington is where he really blossomed. I say the same for Bo Nix when he went to Oregon and had those 2 years at Oregon.
We could agree to disagree on that, because
there's just something for me with Nix. There's just something that like really that really blossomed. But I say it with this caveat, and then we got to go. I say it with this caveat. The offense fits the quarterback. And with Michael Penix Jr., it happened twice. With Indiana, but more so with Washington.
Okay.
Just what you said, Snowman, that's what's going to kill Caleb. It's just what you said right there.
Yep.
The offense not fitting the quarterback.
Yep.
But let me just say this about Bo Nix, though. The year he was at Auburn, he was in the SEC, which is the best conference in football, in my opinion.
Yep.
You had the best players going to the NFL coming out of the SEC, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to a Pac-12 that's one of the worst conferences in college football that doesn't play no defense. Any quarterback, even us three up here, could go to Oregon and succeed in that conference. That's how bad the Pac-12 was.
But see, I can't succeed at Oregon as a quarterback because I love beating people up too much.
You can, because the conference itself gives up like 51 points on defense every week. So, I mean,
wow.
Being completely,
He's not wrong.
Hey, listen, find the lie. All right, there's no lie with that. We gotta go. Darian Hopkins joining us here on the program. We're gonna team up and do some more draft coverage. Thank you, brother, so much. I love you for coming up today. All right,
absolutely, Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You and I got to team up sometime again, man. You know that.
Oh, we will. Oh man, this has been fun. This has been fabulous. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move, and always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We hope y'all are too. Tomorrow, Bronze Sexual Confessions and more draft talk as we go to the South Division. So long, everybody.
I still need TP for my bunghole. Why must you punish us?
Ain't nobody calling me,
No.
texting me, paging me, asking me, are you
Get
still
out of
home?
here. We don't need Tam.
Calling me,
No.
texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still
Get gone,
home?
Tam.